Carson, I had the North Dakota um, pipeline closure impacts. What is the pipeline? The pipeline is a 1,172 mile long underground pipeline that transports crude oil from North Dakota's Bakken region to an oil terminal in Patoka, Illinois. Some benefits of the pipeline. The benefits of it. The pipeline supports American oil production and provides millions in tax dollars each year. These tax dollars can be used to support schools, hospitals, emergency services, and other ongoing needs. And these emergency services would be like firefighters, cops, and other things. And then from Pactoa, Illinois. It connects with the Energy Transfer crude oil pipeline, and that brings oil down to refineries on the Gulf Coast. And then together, they call these two pipelines the Bakken pipeline. Um, so some of the jobs offered, or actually, I have some. Between 2017 and 2023, the Dakota Access Pipeline paid more than 222 million in property taxes. So a lot of this money goes back into um, emergency services and schools and hospitals and such as, and other ongoing needs. Okay, now jobs offered due to the pipeline. With the pipeline coming in, there have been more than 257 jobs that have been created and offered to people from North Dakota. A lot of these people come from around the United States, come in just looking for work. And then these jobs have several good factors: good pay, high job security, and it is in high demand. So basically, if you apply there, you're going to get the job. And then negative effects on wildlife. So with the pipeline, there will be spills, and it has happened already. So with this pipeline, grass, crops, trees, and animals will not be able to grow and live like they used to because of the oil spills. And people that this affects are some of the tribes and reservations that this pipeline goes through, and they use rivers to drink from, and this oil has gotten in the water, so they cannot drink from the river anymore. And then the time and the cost to clean up oil spills will take years and probably millions of dollars. And obviously, the water that the Native Americans that drink from these rivers is the first medicine, and people keep overlooking that, and they soon will not have good, clean drinking water. Pipeline facts: since 2017, additional pump stations have increased the pipeline's capacity from 500,000 to 750,000 barrels of oils per day. So they're trying to increase productivity of this pipeline, which is going to cause more spills and more money. And then, according to the owner, Energy Transfer's partners, the pipeline could eventually support 1.1 million barrels daily, which the Illinois Commerce Commission gave the go-ahead for in 2022. So more spills, more money that will be put back into emergency services, but there are still some negative effects, such as the Corps estimates that the amount of crude oil currently passing through the DAPL each year would emit about 121 million metric tons of greenhouse gases when eventually refined and burned. So these um, tons of oil that are going through are going to emit a lot of greenhouse gases once they are refined and burned that are not going to help our atmosphere. And roughly equivalent to the annual emissions of 29 million passenger vehicles is what these 121 million metric tons of greenhouse gases would equal to. So pipeline in the economy. Uh, So in November 2022, there were about 5,000 job losses due to the pipeline being shut down due to protests and stuff like that, and then it eventually goes down to less unemployment because the um, pipeline kept going again. So we'll just say in November of 2021, there were about 2,500 job losses compared to the 5,000 in November 2020. And with this pipeline, a lot more jobs are offered. And on this chart, around in November 2021, there were about 15,000 jobs offered to people who wanted to work at this pipeline. And these pipelines do help keep costs low for important consumer goods like gas, oil, heating oil, and natural gas. And some oil spills. Since the pipeline was created, around 85 spills have been reported just from they call it the Dakota Access Pipeline. And these 85 spills, which is about an average of 4 a year, they have caused more than $40 million in property damage, and that will just increase with more oil going through these pipeline every day, daily, and more spills will keep property damage going up. And these lower prices provide a direct benefit not only to customers or consumers, but also to producers, distributors, and manufacturers all across the supply chain. Um, and these pipelines also help keep many major U.S. airports supplied with a reliable source of affordable jet fuel. So there are some good ups and downs of this pipeline, obviously with the airports and helping keep prices low for us that buy gas every day and need to heat our houses with natural gas or oil. Um, we need that, but if this pipeline were to shut down, there are some good to it where um, wildlife would be a lot better off without it. Native American tribes, they'd have their rivers would be cleaner. Wouldn't have to spend so much money for property damage. There's all sorts of it. And then with that affordable jet fuel, keeping air travel accessible to millions of American businesses and leisure travelers. And then my questions were, do you feel that the pipeline is ethical for the people of North Dakota, Iowa, South Dakota, and Illinois? And do you feel the pipeline should not be going through South Dakota, or where do you think it should be going other?